Well, putting customers first is something we talk about all the time on the Approved Home Pro Show, which is exactly why I'm here today with Gary Mauzy, the founder of Mauzy Heating, Air, and Solar. They've been with our network since the beginning, and it's definitely because of the strong values that Mauzy was founded on. So Gary, what are some of the values that you began this company with almost 50 years ago out of your truck that led it to grow to basically one of San Diego's largest HVAC companies?
Morals, values,
treating people with respect.
treating people, yeah, that's number one with me. Treat people with respect. Don't just tell them what you want them to hear. Tell them what they want, what they want to hear. Tell them the whole truth about, about what they're buying. Tell them about the experience that they called you out there for. Be honest, and that's something that I've always been, and that's what this company's been based on, and that's what Matt took it and did the same thing. I just think he's better than me. He's
Your son Matt, who's now since taken over the business, is continuing these values.
He's done such a wonderful job, and I'm very proud of him because he took what I started and then grew it. So everything that I'm talking about got bigger and better.
Especially because I know making that call for if you need your HVAC service or repaired, sometimes that can be daunting for a homeowner because they don't necessarily know what they're asking for. It just isn't working, and they really have to rely on your expertise.
Well, like the one day I went out, and I'll tell you a quick little story, to a lady's house, and she said air conditioning was broken and 2 companies had come out, and she needs a new outdoor unit. Well, I could hear what's called the contactors pulled in, meaning it wanted 220 volts and it wasn't getting it. So I went and got 2 fuses on my truck, put them in a disconnect, shoved it in, and it ran. She goes, "You got to be kidding me. Everyone else said that I need a new one." I said, "No. You will in a couple of years. When you do, call me." She said, "Can I pay you?" And I said, "No. In a couple of years, you'll pay me back." She didn't have to pay anything. The problem's fixed. She was good for the summer. That was the biggest deal. She didn't have the money, and that really worked out really fine for her. And like I said, that was a good feeling. That's the kind of feeling I like. Treat people right. Treat people with respect. It'll all come back.
And so what about, there are a ton of HVAC companies out there in San Diego, and not all of them represent the great values that Mauzy has. So if someone's made a call or they've had a service technician out to their house, what advice do you have for them to sort of listen to what was said, and how do they determine whether or not they're getting proper advice or they're just being upsold?
Well, a lot of it is upsold, and that's why the question's out here. And just pay attention to what the technician is telling you. If it comes out right off the bat, you need a new furnace, then you need to ask why. Get them to explain what's wrong. And then what's the cost of the fix? What's the cost of a new furnace? And that way you can kind of make a determination, because if you're 12, 14 years into a furnace, it's going to last about another maybe 4 years. So think about the cost now compared to later.
So it's all about empowering those homeowners to make the decision that's right for them, which means for their wallet, for their home, which is exactly why you would want to call Mauzy, because you know you're going to be treated with that respect. Give them a call as your HVAC needs any service before it gets too hot this summer, or if you're ready to upgrade to one of those high efficiency HVAC units. Mauzy is ready to help and give you the right advice and give you options to help you solve your problems.